Hey, how you doing? This is Erick from AmpLIVE, the AmpLIVE Real Estate Show, coming to you live across all the different types of social media platforms here today for Tuesday Deals Day. Tuesday Deals Day. That's a new one that we're rolling out here for the AmpLIVE Real Estate Show. I'll be your host through AmpLIVE TV. All right. Hopefully you're getting fired up and motivated. Got either it's music or you got the frequencies and vibrations going, or maybe it's just good old music to get your mood going, or just hey, you're able to control your thoughts and your tech stack, right? It's the AmpLIVE tech stack. What we got going on, what's happening. Usually it's a sales day. Sales day means, well, what the heck is a sales day? What does that mean? Is it a national holiday? Well, for us, yeah, I guess, right? It's a Saturday or it's a Tuesday where we're depending on what your schedule is for us and what we're putting on the schedule here, recording mentees and things of that nature. Today is usually the same type of stuff, but usually don't go live on Tuesdays as we're trying to get that momentum to go into the week. But wanted to come out here live because it's special. We got what's called the AmpLIVE Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. That's pre-launch stages right now for Thursday. I believe it's Tuesday. Yeah, Thursday. Thursday is April 30th. We're going to go with a full launch. Right now, it's obviously you're doing a pre-launch, lock in your spot for the first 50 peeps. Next 50 is going to jump up to the next, I guess, level of pricing and things of that nature. So definitely take advantage of it. This is an opportunity. When opportunity knocks, you open the door. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to do some training today. There's going to be some pro tips. There's obviously going to be some truth bombs I'm going to drop on you. Hopefully, stuff that you can use in the field right now. Not hopefully, it's true. Stuff that you can use in the field right now. Full disclaimer, I'm not a financial analyst, an attorney, or a CPA, or a bookkeeper, any of that good stuff for entertainment purposes. I'm just going to share what works for us and for myself, and others that work with us. And hopefully, hey, you get some value from this. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to drop value today. So this is, if you please like, love, and share. Appreciate it if you could, because it helps out. Obviously, the channel. You can go to I believe it's AmpLIVE. We got an AmpLIVE channel on AmpLIVE TV channel on YouTube. There's also an AHA AmpLIVE channel as well. That's about real estate. It's about education with the real estate investing and things of that nature. AmpLIVE TV is going to bring a bunch of different stuff, right? It could be internet marketing. It could be sports. It could be all kinds of cool stuff, right? Especially when we hit Wellness Wednesday and things of that nature, okay? But go check it out. Like, love, and share it. Appreciate it. You can also hashtag #GetErickPaulLive. Hashtag #GetErickPaulLive. And you'll see what I got going on, what we got going on, what we do as a whole. First and foremost, this is powered by AmpLIVE Media, a media marketing and broadcasting company that powers us, powers mentees and students across the United States of America while we're doing this stuff. Also, our sponsor, VIP Execs Realty, Lending, and Investments and Luxury Properties, Step into Excellence, powers, on some of the things with the marketing and things that we do with VIP Execs Realty, Lending, and Investments as well. So definitely we bring those resources to the table for you, others, and mentees and students across the United States of America. So today we're going to get into it. So there is something special. I believe we dropped some links inside of our private Facebook groups. The first one is Let's Share Real Estate Investment Deals Together. I'm going to put up a QR code. You can scan that QR code if you're not a member yet. It's absolutely free. It's not going to cost you a dime to get in there. But let me pop a QR code on the corner up there for you. It's going to be right. Oh, cancel. Let's do this. Boink. There it is. So it should pop up right there. There it is. Scan that QR code. Join live now. So that's a segment that we're going to be rocking and rolling. If you're part of the group, then you're going to get an exclusive link that connects to this platform right here. And I will see you. Of course, I have to pull you up here, make sure that you're here. And if you're here, we'll let you in. It doesn't cost any of this sign up. I believe you could sign up to the group. You can get into the group, and you'll see that there's a link there. Click the link. And we're going to talk about, hey, bring your deal to the table, okay? This is live. It's a hot seat. Bring your deal to the table. We'll break it down. We're going to break it down. We're going to break down some other deals that we're looking at right now and working specifically with the calculator, okay? Or I should say the sub-2 fix and flip deal automator. I think I want to change that. So right now, it is what it is. I'm going to share that with you today. If you have deals, you can bring your deals to the table, and hopefully maybe you'll leave with some money. Maybe you'll leave with some private money, some hard money, or some direction, or maybe, hey, after we're done with this real estate show, we can get together, do a DM, connect, and see if we can work together in some capacity to work a deal together, or maybe we'll make you an offer on that deal if you're working it, okay? So everything is private and confidential. It's inside of the Facebook group. If you don't want to share the address and all that good stuff, cool. As long as you got the preliminary numbers and we can pop up the numbers and we'll say, hey, is it a deal or is it not a deal? Okay. Awesome, beautiful stuff. I'm going to share a little bit about our tech stack as well. And what I don't want to make it too long of a live, but it's okay. We'll do it. Hey, we'll go as long as you need to. If you ask questions, Q&A, put it in the chat down below. I'll do a little chat right here. It should go. I think this chat goes to maybe Facebook. I'm not sure or YouTube and the other platforms. I'll put in this here. Ask questions here. Okay. So once again, okay, 1 second. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to multitask here. There's a private chat. If you're in here, then I can let you in. And we can go over your deals and go from there. Okay, so we'll go here. It's obviously, you're invited for a live hot seat. Bring a deal. Leave with capital, structure, clarity today, right now. Drop guests for a free invite if you're any of the other platforms. Otherwise, if you're a member of any of those Facebook groups that we have that are private, there'll be a link in there. You got to drop. You can drop guest for your free invite, and the link is already in there, so you can take advantage of it. Click that link, and let's chat. Let's talk. We'll answer all your questions and all that good stuff. If you've been on the fence for a while, then hey, let's get off that fence. If you're rocking shiny objects and all that good stuff, let's squash those shiny objects and get rid of that crap. Or if you're rocking and rolling and you're like, man, I think I'm in the wholesale stuff. I want to move to some creative real estate. I want to look at some exit strategies. I want to buy and hold. I want to fix and flip. I want to maybe move to commercial, whatever it may be, and segue and rock and roll that lateral move, then we're with you. Okay. So definitely reach out, touch bases. I'm probably going to be on go live a little bit later on into the field as well, because it is a Tuesday and sales day. So definitely we'll be coming back probably around 6:30 maybe. We're going to talk about the same thing. I'm just going to drop some knowledge. I'm going to share some stuff with you that you can use in today's field, or use today in today's market, and use it in the field if needed. Okay. So let me do this. We got this going on as well. So I'm going to close this out. Obviously, we have the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. You can scan that QR code right there to lock in your spot. That is a tremendous, awesome deal. Okay. It's a condensed version of our 6-month one-on-one mentoring program. It's a 6-week program. It's going to help you. It's going to shave off 1 to 2 years, maybe 3 years of spinning your wheels. Definitely, it's going to talk about wholesaling, lease options, subject to and seller finance, right? Super powerful things that you're going to want to do to, help build that legacy, to help build your business. Now, a trend I'm kind of seeing right now is that people are not taking this business maybe seriously, and maybe that's not you, maybe you are, right? But I'm not seeing people treat it as a business. I know when I made the move from my corporate gig, salary, 45 hours a week it was supposed to be, and then they worked me 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week, got frustrated and said, man, this sucks. I need to do something else, and made the jump off the cliff. Right? I cleared the rock, so it's cool. I hit the water, right? But then I had to swim over to the island, right? And then when I swam over to the island, I destroyed all the boats, destroyed all their boats, killed everybody on the island, right? And took over that island, brought my family. Hey, and the rest is history, as they say, right? Now, it's not for everybody. Not everybody should probably do that. Some people do put their money away for 6 months because they've done their homework, business plan, all that good stuff. I commend you for doing so, right? And some just, hey, kicking the can. Some are just kicking the tires. Some are just trying and testing stuff out. Maybe a side hustle, thinking, oh, I'll do a deal in 30 days and I'll make some money. It's not the typical thing. Think of it as like internet marketing. Internet marketing, people think it's easy. It's not freaking easy, right? It's a lot easier now because you got AI and a bunch of other stuff, but you still got to have a plan. Then you got to you have to execute, and then you have to test until you hit that gold, right? There's gold in them there hills with real estate, no matter what. But you need to have some help, right, to get that done. All right. Otherwise, you're going to spin your wheels for a long period of time. And if you're that aggressive and that hungry, you're going to do it. I'm saying you're not. You will do it. You just can't ever quit. You just got to keep going, get beat up, keep going, get beat up, keep going. And eventually you'll break through. That's how it works, right? But some people are, I should say a lot of people, 97% of America are not willing to do that, right? So if you want to be part of the 1 to 3% of creative real estate investors that kick ass, kick arse, and you want to learn that stuff, we're going to share. We're going to share that with you, where your neighbors are going to be going, hey, You start rocking and rolling, doing business, they're going to think, oh man, is that a drug dealer? Hey, how did you do that? Where'd you get that? Where'd you do this? What's up with that? Why are you always home? Why this? Why that? Why that? Once you make the full leap, right? Even on a part-time basis, you can make money on this as a part-time basis by doing maybe a deal every quarter, 2 or 3 deals every quarter. And every quarter, all that means is just what? 3 months. We got 4 quarters in a year. That could change your life. It could surpass your income for sure. And then put that money into whatever your passions are. Buy a couple of properties for your future of your children of some sort, right? So there's a lot of reasons why people get into real estate. Obviously, it's it's for freedom and wealth and all that good stuff. But there's a lot of moving parts. I'm not here to discourage you in any way. It doesn't mean you can't do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right? As far as I'm concerned. So you gotta hunker down. And this is the great thing. When I spent all that time building out everything, it took a lot of time. It took a lot of trial and error, until I found my mentor. And when I found a mentor and brought tremendous value to them, then things started changing. But I was also hungry as shit, right? He didn't have to tell me to do this, tell me to do that. I just said, go get this, go get that, go get this. And I go get it, come back. And that's it. And then I'd ask questions after, right? So I didn't ask 20,000 questions. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Kept it. Hey, I can get into his business. If he wanted to share it with me, he'd share it with me and things of that nature. And then go from there, right? So everything, you got so much stuff. And I'm not going to lie. For me, I studied CDs. I read books. I read them over and 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 over, looking for, trying to read between the lines, right? See the forest through the trees. I had to open up my mind and thoughts. And the only reason that happened, I don't have the book with me. Where's the book at? The only reason that happened is because I was prepared for it. Do I have it here? Probably not, right? It was Think and Grow Rich, right? I made that part of my core. A lot of people read books and they read it one time. I'm going to give you my top secret, if you want to even call it that, right? Explanation or how to read a book. You're probably going, how you can tell me to read a book? I know how to read a book. You open it up, you start reading, right? Oh, I do audios because I'm an audio person. I talked to one person going back and forth. They're asking for help. And that person wasn't very coachable because they're very abrasive. Yes, I know this. Yes, I know that. Yeah, I did this. No, I do this. I learned better with audio. I'm trying to give you some advice. Get a book, grab a book. There's a reason psychologically, why you need to touch it and feel it and outline it and make it part of your core. You can download, you can do, I work better with audio. I'm a visual person. I can watch videos and it's okay, great. Maybe you're Elon Musk or something. It downloads into your brain. And, even then it's still photographic memory, right? It's not an audio memory. Maybe it is. Maybe you can hear the audio and you can, repeat it verbatim. Awesome. More power to you. Then you shouldn't be asking for questions. You should just figure it out and go talk to some other people there. But anyways, I thought it was funny, that some people just don't want to listen, right? If my mentor said to do something, I went and did it. I didn't question him. I didn't say, what about this? What about that? What about this? I was at that point where I already knew a lot. I studied and I understood things and, I had did what I needed to do for the due diligence and the research, right? So it made me halfway dangerous, but not dangerous enough to the point where he was not willing to work with me. Or this point where it's like, oh, this guy's gonna steal my business, gonna do this. No, he's a very honorable person, integrity, loyalty, communication, all there. And he could have ripped me off, could have burned me, but he didn't. I trusted him. And it was just at that point in time where I needed him. And, the doors open, the universe, frequency, God said, here you go, young man. If you do this, this, and this, I'm going to give you this. And I did. And that was part of Think and Grow Rich and the 17 Principles of Success. I always say, make the 17 Principles of Success your business Bible, but not to replace your original Bible or the Bible, even if you're not a holy roller. We all need that. We all need God. We all need something powerful in our lives. And if that's not you, it's okay. 9 times out of 10, you're going to eventually go in that direction, right? It just, but that's just me. I'm not here to talk about that. But scan that QR code right there, boink. I'm going to go ahead and put my mug up here so you can actually see my face. I know we kind of opened up the live meeting that way. Let me check, see what we got here. And we'll go. Today's Tuesday deal day. The stuff comes in. I'll put it on pause or I'll turn off the mic and the video and audio. But I'll leave it on and, do whatever. Or I'll just share it with you if it's not that much. I can't share addresses and things of that nature with you, but we can do something. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we got that. Chat. So definitely take advantage of it if you can get in this call. Scan that QR code as well. It's right there. Right? So definitely, hey, this is what we do. This is what we're here to do. Hopefully, you you'll see the value and what's going on. But let's get into some training. Let's get into some value, and then wrap up this stuff here. Okay, so hopefully, I'm going to share some stories with you because that helps understand what's going on. AmpLive TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth. Home of the AmpLive Real Estate Show. Erick of AmpLive and VIP Execs. I appreciate if you watch and share and love and like and all that good stuff. We're going to get into the sub-2 fix and flip calculator. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you can actually see that. And then there's going to be, I'm going to pop in the address. I believe we're looking at a deal in Whittier, California. Nice little area, a little place where, there's families, elderly families. Values are awesome. Days on the market are not too bad, depending on where it's at. And we're gonna look at a couple scenarios. So I'm gonna roll it down. This is gonna be for a pre-foreclosure type of stuff. And as far as the stack lead, or I should say the leads, they're vacant properties, absentee owners, pre-foreclosures, tax defaults, and it's stacked, right? The more issues, the better for us as far as if you have the skill set to do, which I'm going to share with you, and you come aboard the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator or our one-on-one mentoring program. We have the one-on-one mentoring program. That's for the more advanced people that are truly serious about building a business and starting, from where they need to be. We're going to help you build a foundation, all that good stuff. That's a totally different thing. I'm not going to talk about that today. Unless you're interested in that, then definitely reach out. I'll probably put a QR code up there and you can scan and also set up an appointment for myself and my team. We'll chit chat with you to see if it's a good fit, because it is a selection process. We just don't work with anybody, and it's not about the dollars at the end of the day. It's more about you, and vice versa with us. If we can work together, and if we have what we think is what it's going to take to be able to be successful in this business. Okay. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's go ahead. I want to do the screen share. I love this program. All right. So far, so good. It's been good. Customer service is great too. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We'll go here. All right, there it is. Let me actually go here so I can pop in some numbers. So this is the AmpLive Media sub-2 fix and flip calculator. Or eventually, you'll probably change it to Deal Automator, because it really is. And then we take this. So the steps is this. You need, first and foremost, the tech stack. So I probably figure, how do you get these deals? How do you find these deals? Now, people are cold calling. People are doing text. People are doing direct mail. All the verticals of marketing. Well, if you're just getting started and you're going, hey, a lot of people are trying to copy and paste, daisy chain, maybe even they call bird dogging. There's some bird dogging training that's going out there that's not really a bird dog, but in the essence of what a bird dog started off as. A bird dog is just, hey, for me, when I got started, is say investor says, go out and find the ugliest house on the freaking block, or in your area, or any area. Now you can surf online. You can do all kinds of stuff, right? We call it surfing for deals. But find me the ugliest house on the block. Give me an address. If you can give me a telephone number or even an introduction, and I buy it, I'm going to get you paid. Okay, I'm going to pay you a referral fee. You're not going to get a wholesale fee because you didn't negotiate it. You didn't do any of the work. You didn't break down the deal. You didn't underwrite the deal. You didn't put the contracts together. You didn't negotiate the deal. And then you're going to have to sell it off and build a list to sell it to an investor, right? If you didn't do any of that, then no, you shouldn't get, for me personally, you get a referral fee. Okay. And that should be fine. For me, when I got started, I was like, shit, I'll work for you for free, Mr. Investor. Heck yeah, I'll work for you for free. If you let me roll with you, let me talk, let me learn from you. And if you want to pay me a couple of bucks, that's a freaking bonus. So it all depends on how you frame stuff, right? You got to frame it a certain way. Some people will frame it, me. I want my money. Okay, cool. You're not going to get very far. Or free, or just, hey, can you help me with this, help me with that, help me with this, and you're not delivering anything to that investor, no, they're not going to want to work with you. I guarantee it. It's out there. I don't care if it's single family property investors, commercial is even worse, with the brokers and agents. And if they know you're new, they'll put you to work, say, go find me this, go find me that, make you a bird dog. Then the good ones, they'll try to maybe take you under your wing, try to get you licensed. You don't have to be licensed to do any of that stuff for that commercial type of stuff, so they can pay you. It just is what it is, right? So there's a process to that. So let's get to it. How do we find deals? Well, surfing for deals is free, so you can get that from us, or you can see it anywhere. Or just ask, hey, can I have that surfing for deals training? And if you're watching this, let me know. DM me. Or DM us and maybe shoot a chat here, and I'll get it to you for free. It's absolutely free. It comes with the video, PDF, cheat sheets, and all that good stuff. It'll help you blow up your phone with what? Deals. You can also work CRMs. You can get a CRM. You can do data. You can pull data. You can make calls. You can text. You can do direct mail. You can door knock. You can do, but let's start with this. Let's just make it simple, okay? Let's say I want to make some calls. So some people are making calls that I'm talking to. It's cool. Some are just running texts and then going after a deal. But there's always that component that I'm smelling a lot and seeing a lot that they're not understanding how to break down a deal. Okay, you got to learn. That's the first thing I did. First thing I did when I got started is like, man, I got to see if this is real. If it's real, I'm going to do it. And then next is going to be, well, how do I want my business to be perceived? This is a business. How am I going to treat it? How am I going to set it up? What do I need to do? And what type of marketing do I want? How's my brand and all that good stuff? For me, I'm thinking brand, thinking Coca-Cola and all that good stuff, you know. So I needed all that stuff and built it all out. And then I go, well, I need to do a couple of things. I need to be able to get deals. How do I get deals? And then I need to be able to talk to the sellers. And then if I talk to the sellers, once I get a deal, I need to figure out, well, how do I break down a deal? How do I know if this is a deal or not? Right? So there's a lot of stuff out there. You know, you got TikTok, you got YouTube, you got, you know, little courses here and there and all that good stuff. Groups that you can ask 20,000 questions. And that's cool. Whatever works for you, works for you. I'm here to help you stop the spinning of the wheels. That's why we're doing this. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm rolling out the AmpLIVE Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator just for that. When I see a niche, I say, let's go for it. When I started AHA, Americans Helping Americans, years ago, and the American Mentee Program, you know, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America, became a true cause and mission. That is our cause and mission. It's still my cause and mission. It's still our cause and mission to help our fellow Americans in the United States of America, whether it's a distressed property, whether it's an investor looking for properties, whether it's a buyer looking for the forever home, or they're looking for a new home or a vacation home, or they're trying to figure out, man, I don't have the money to fix and flip this, or I don't have the money to do this, or I got a property that I inherited, or it's a divorce. It doesn't matter. Life happens. We're here to provide solutions to those people and to those sellers and buyers, investors, and do our part, right? Do our part to take care of them and vice versa. Hopefully they take care of us, right? Is usually how it goes, to make it truly reciprocal. So with that said, you know, AHA and Americans Helping Americans, that's how the American Mentee Program was born. Needed to make it reciprocal and go, hey, what is this about? How are we going to do this? How are we going to, do we want to get into that education arena, right? And it's always been one-on-one. So, you know, that's a different program. I'm not going to get into that, but it is a lot of all the elements in the beginning are put into the AmpLIVE Accelerator program. Okay. That's what's going to get you up and running very quickly. So, and then it's a segue into our one-on-one mentoring program, right? Full disclosure, nothing to hide. It's the truth, right? So, you know, I hopefully appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get into it. This first deal. So first you need a deal. You find the deal. Maybe it's maybe you find it online. Maybe, and this we're going to do. This is going to be off market, okay? Or maybe it's some data, or maybe you threw out a text and they responded back, and now we're going to, you know, go, okay, give me the address. Let's rock and roll. You're maybe interested in selling. Yes, you're interested in selling, or you want an offer, or we're going into pre-foreclosure. Maybe it's a probate and they inherited the property. Maybe it's a divorce. Who knows? And some are going to say, I'm not interested. Not interested. Well, you're gonna have to do something if you have a distressed situation on your property, because, you know, time's gonna gobble up either your equity or, you know, market's gonna change. Okay, so let's get into it. So we got the fix and flip calculator here. You can analyze any subject to deal in real time, a wholesale deal, a fix and flip deal. It doesn't matter. So don't let that trip you out. Enter your numbers and see the profit. Okay, so let's go ahead. We got a property in Whittier, California. Let's go ahead and pop some numbers in here now. Okay. And we'll get into it. So this property, you can't probably see this screen, which has the address and all that good stuff, right? So you can go to wherever you need to do your due diligence. You can go to PropStream. You can go to whatever. If it's in your CRM, cool, go for it. It could be a batch. It could be PropWire, you know, and none of these, you know, I don't get paid to share any of that stuff. I'm just sharing with you. From the goodness of my heart, say go for it. Hey, whatever works for you. Okay, so we're going to look at this. There's about $895,000 in total mortgages. So we got, we're going to start off with the first one. It's about $680,000 and a 2.8% interest rate. So let me take this number here. All right, let me see. That's giving me a hard time there. It's all right. I'll just take 680, 426. So we're going to put right up in here. 6. Oh, the value is different. So I'm going to put the mortgage down here. Okay. Existing mortgage is 666. What? 680? 496. Okay, and then after repair value, looking at 1.1 million. Let's say 1 point. It looks like 1,020,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 19 square foot, 1993. So we're going to figure out all the repairs and all that good stuff on this. This happens to be a pre-foreclosure, so we're looking at about $47,631 behind in back payments. We have to add a payment to that because the NOD is still in process. NOT is not there. That's a notice of trustee sale. So let me go ahead and put the numbers in here for you. I believe that was 1,100,000. You're probably going, oh man, that's too big of a deal. No, you're just adding a couple more zeros. So whether it was 120,000 or 220,000 or 1.2 million, bottom line, it's a distressed property. They're going to need help. And when you're working with us, that's the beautiful thing about that, right? It's like, oh, well, I don't have the money to buy it, or I'm afraid of doing the 1.2. Don't. Okay. I'm just telling you, maybe this is the wrong thing to share with you guys because, at the end of the day, if you're in California, these numbers are from 3 to 4 to 5 to 600,000 and above. The sweet spot's $400,000 to $600,000, right? When you're looking for those fix and flippers and then selling for 7, 8, whatever, 100,000 days on the market. Texas, you can always go to Texas if you're afraid of California. I say don't be afraid because you're going to have us, right? We're going to be with you when we're working with you. We're going to be live coaching calls. We're going to analyze your deals. We're going to say this is a wholesale deal, sub-2 deal, or maybe a seller finance. We may buy it from you, may JV, maybe it just depends. The bottom line is just having that resource for you. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. All right, so let's get into it. Right now, of course, it says what it says. Over here, it's going to give you a scorecard. Excellent deal, 28.6% profit margin, right? But once again, look, this is just for educational purposes. We're going to go through it here. On the current market rent is, let me double check that. I believe it is probably around the same thing. There's about, 3,900 buckaroos. Okay, let's go back over here. See what we got. There it is. Okay. All right. So 35,950, we're good. Existing mortgage, 2.8 interest rate. Monthly payment is, let's see what we got on the monthly payment. Let's go back up here. It's going to give us, I believe it's 3,202. So 3,202. Not much cash flow roni, but we can always look at other options, or if we're going to fix it, flip it, or if it's buy and hold, what can we do with it? And we'll go from there. Okay, so let's do this. 3,202 as estimation. Of course, it's estimation. 3,202 until we get the actual mortgage statement from the owner. Purchase price. We're looking at 680,000 mortgage balance, which is going to be for the mortgage balance. We're going to pop in the same thing there. Okay. So we always put the mortgage balance there for us. You could do it however you want it. 0, 4, 9, 6. What is it? Oh, 680. 496. Chow time, hungry. All right. Cash to the seller. This one will be cash to the seller. We're going to put, let me see what we got on here. Let me check the numbers. I know right here for sure we have to do 47,580. Closing costs, earnest money. I believe equity wise, I believe we're doing 15. Total rehab on this particular property. Let me see what we have here. This is the Whittier property. And that was some big rehab stuff. So we're looking at 1993. Break out the old calculator. That's a decent area. So we're going 1993 times 35. So about 69. It could go higher. It could go anywhere from 75 to 150, depending on how gutted it is, if it's gutted and it's livable. All right, so let's go back here. And we'll get into this. I believe it was we can't do that because of the budget. Oh, we can. I'm sorry, yeah, because this is a little bit different. Now this is on our website, which you can use for free. Okay, the actual sub-2 calculator. When you come aboard and join the invitedLIVE Creative Real Estate Accelerator or our one-on-one American Mentee program, you'll get this. It has 4 tabs, which is the first tab is going to have, the deal automator. Second tab is going to have the rehab. So you can figure out the rehab has about 30 to 45, or I believe up to 60 different points for each bedroom, bathroom, doors, garage, front yard, maintenance, all this good stuff. Permits if you're doing some building, everything is in there. So you can pop it out and it'll populate it into the deal automator. And then obviously has a maximum allowable offer. So you can go, man, should I offer 60, 65, 70 cents on the dollar? Can I go higher? If it's over the maximum allowable offer, who cares? If it's sub-2 and you can still make some money and it's over $55,000 in East Coast or West Coast and over $35,000 in the Midwest, you should be able to sell this deal along with putting in your fee to wholesale that deal or to sub-2 it to somebody else of some sort, or seller finance or arbitrage. And these are some of these words you may understand. If you have some questions, definitely ask. Okay, you can always forward this live. You can go forward, backwards, and stop it and catch all that good stuff in there. Okay, just FYI. All right, so we're going to keep on rolling here just for time. 10% contingency, expected rehab. I'm going to put 2 months because I know this thing needs some, needs some work for sure. Hard money rate, if you're going to go, we're going to go with sub-2 on this one, okay? But if we go hard money, or if we're going to fix it and flip it or try to, wholesale this deal, then you can put these numbers in. So when you sell it to an investor, you got like a prospectus of some sort, and you got the numbers. Make it as easy as possible for an investor or even us to look at the property and go, here you go, boom. Shouldn't have to spend a bunch of time, do my own. And everybody's going to do their own comps. They're going to do days on the market. They're going to pop in their numbers and see what they get. And if they're pretty close to your numbers, then hey, they're going to go, man, this guy or gal knows what they're doing, right? And it's going to make it easier for them to do something, okay? Or make it easier for them to do, or make a decision. So there's no BS in between all that. But this is, if there was hard money, you'd put that in there. Hard money rate, the points are usually about 1.5 to 2.5%, unless it's a smaller loan. Additional loan amount, we pop in 40K, that's for the private money. All that good stuff. You got insurance, you got HOA fees and all that good stuff if it applies. Agent commission, we're only going to go now. If we're going to fix and flip this, you probably would want to put 5% for an investor. Or you can guess their numbers and not. If you ask them, are you going to be using the agent? Do you need us? Do you want to use us or whatever? But for this, we're going to do the acquisition sub-2, and then if we fix it and flip it, then we'll at least have those numbers in there. Always like to go with the ugliest numbers at the end of the day. And then obviously, if you do better, then you're just going to bring home more money to the table for your, for your business and for others. Seller concession too. Staging and marketing. We like to put staging and marketing because, hey, for the first maybe week, we may try to market and go all that good stuff. If we can sell it without an agent, then we're gonna, as you can see, once we get to that point, we're gonna save 2.5%. Okay, and even on the seller commissions, our seller concessions, most likely, because we'll be able to negotiate a better deal. Selling closing costs are going to be what they're going to be. Now we're looking at this about 30 days. I believe this one was about 47 days on the market, so that's not too bad. Comp spread, I believe, was we'll leave that there. I think moderate spread on this because it's a little bit different down there. So once we pop in all these numbers here, right, we're looking at a marginal. It says renegotiate, right? Scores of 5.2, 8.7 points out of 60 out of 100. So we're looking at a profit margin is weak, 11.1%, right? So that's because of the high rehab, most likely, and then the amount of money. So renegotiate right here is about the $114,000, right? That's on the table. Now this is something that is we're breaking down the numbers. This has not been offered to the seller yet, right? So we're breaking down the numbers. We're going, okay, let's adjust that, right? Let's adjust that to maybe pop a 0 in there. Let's make it 104, see if it gets better. But I will say, it's at a 12. Now, a marginal deal is if you're pushing volume, 10, 12, 13% return on investment in California. Hey, those are a decent spread. As you're going to see as we go down here, you're going, okay, hey, that's not too bad. It's over 50K, I guarantee it. Return of 43% return on investment is strong. So we're going to go in here and look at this with the mortgage sub-2 market rate. This is a sub-2 finance advantage. The monthly interest saved, annual interest savings, and all that good stuff is going to share with you. Total cost summary, total rehab 82,000.5, and we're looking at a monthly holding cost of about all in for 2 months, about $8,000, maximum allowable with the purchase math, right? We're going in here, so here's some of the math that you're going to need or look at, and definitely use to negotiate a deal. Agent and concessions, as you can see, right, almost $50,000 for the agent and concessions. You're going to save that if you can spend $3,000 to $4,000 marketing the property and get it sold without an agent. But if you need an agent, that's negotiable. Remember, commissions are negotiable. Okay. All right. Staging and selling 75. So 75 opposed to 50. Just a pro tip. Net resale. But at the same token, remember, we own a brokerage, so we can help you with any of all that good stuff. So it's a beautiful, lovely thing there. Our resources will become your resources when you jump aboard the invitedLIVE Accelerator program. All right, so let's go. 70% is 630, right? Now we know that what's owed here is what was it? What was the amount that was owed? 600. Balance is 680,000. Now that does include the back payments. It includes the first, and then the back payments, and then obviously there's going to be some fees. That's why we got to get a hold of the mortgage statement and chit chat with the bank and all that good stuff too. All right, so here we go, 680,000. We got 70%, so that's 630. 65 is a juicier deal, but obviously you couldn't do that unless it was a short sale. And then mail sub 2 adjusted is 635. That's still not going to work. Your purchase price is 680. It's over the mail. Oh my God, look, it's a red number. Okay, as I said last time. Don't worry about that. All right, down cash to seller 104. Okay, arrears catching up 47. And you got to remember, so when he says, "Oh, well, I want this amount, I want 115," that's what I really need, 120. I said, no problem, I get it, right? But we're offering you 104, plus we're absorbing almost 50,000, so we're almost giving you 154,000 bucks, unless you're going to make up the back payments of 47,500 bucks, or what it was, 4588. And 9 times out of 10, then they obviously can't. And if they can, then cool. Then hey, we'll see if we can work a cash deal of some sort, and then we can work it out. If not, then that's rolled in there. Someone's got to pay it. We're paying it. We're taking on that, or you're going to take on those numbers. All right. And don't worry about where the money comes from. I'll share that with you later. So rehab contingency. We're looking at holding costs, selling costs. Here we go. Total cash in about 305. Now look, the gross proceeds are about 1 million. Now this is obviously net. Now this is net. It says gross, but it's obviously net. Mortgage payoff is 680. All right. And this is adding up all the numbers from here to here, and it has everything all rolled in. To look at what your profit is. It's about $133,912. Okay, and we can negotiate that with either it's the amount we're going to pay them. At the same token, the numbers are the numbers. Or we're going to work it out with the commission, or maybe it's the repairs, or maybe it's the staging. All those numbers you can fluctuate, and some are just not going to go away, right? Like the mortgage, it is what it is. Profit margin, it's at 12. So some people go, man, no, I need a 25, 30%. That's cool. Amen. That's if you can find something like that. Even if you find something, I don't care if you're watching this, you find a unicorn deal. That's what I call them. What we call them. If you find a unicorn deal, definitely give us a call. If you find a unicorn deal, let's do the deal. I would suggest do the deal, because you're going to want to do it. Those don't come around a lot, right? So for those people, when investors tell me I'm looking for that, I kind of chuckle and I go, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, if I find a unicorn deal, why would I sell it to you? Why would I want to make 10, 15,000 bucks when I can make 133,000, right? I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. At least when I got started, that's what I did. When I looked at the numbers, I go, sheesh. You know how many times that's how I sold these deals to other investors. Look at the money I'm making you. And then someone will come back and want to nickel and dime you. Can you help me out with this and help me out with that? I said, look, next. I'm not doing the nickel and dime. If you want to do the nickel and dime, then find yourself another wholesaler, another investor, or another person locking up deals, because I'm not going to do that, right? We're not doing any of that good stuff. The money, the deal's the deal. It's like if you go to an awesome, badass steakhouse, and a steak costs one nowadays, a good one would be maybe 30, 40, 50 bucks. Now they're like 70 to 150 bucks for the same steak, right? And the atmosphere is the same. And, so it's like whatever. Anyways. When you go in and eat there, do you go like, hey, can you help me out? And, can you give me a discount on that nice garlic butter, or, the steak, can you give me a discount on the steak? No, the price is the price. It's on the freaking menu. That's what you're coming here for. If you don't want to eat here, then go eat somewhere else and go get a steak at Sizzler or go get a steak at Steak Corral or all you can eat or some shit, right? So sometimes you got to put a little pressure, right? Because you have something. You got a bag of gold there, and that's what it's there to do. You got a bag of gold. You just got to turn it into mean green and cash. You can put it in the bank because the banks aren't going to take your gold doubloons, right? But if you know that, then it's a lot easier to frame it in your mind to say, I can sell this. I'll get this done, right? Because you know what you have. You got money there. And it's easier, and it's even better when you have someone like us and we're working with you and you're able to share those things because what you don't know, and then helping you and feeling that confident that you know that you're working with us, that we're going to get a deal done or you have the money or access to make these things happen. So a 12% margin, it's okay. That's pushing volume. Let's do it, right? And if we don't fix and flip it, move it on to another investor. Let's show them what they can make, right? And show them how. So that's a beautiful, lovely thing. All right. So anyways, there it is. And it says we got this here, but on our actual deal automator, which is the one with the 4 tabs, is the one that you're going to want. And that's going to actually has the scorecard and all that good stuff. It gets a little bit more intricate in sharing what you actually have. But it says just for a easy peasy reader digest version, days on a market, velocity rating, moderate market. Okay. It's moderate because it's 40 something days. Things are even in California. If you can get rid of them in 30 days, awesome. Right? 60 days, 90 days is usually what's rolling. And in the Midwest, it's even freaking longer, 130, 140, 3 months. It's crazy, right? Until sellers start understanding and adjusting, right, to the market. They got those prices way too high, and the shit's just staying on the market longer. It's just the way it is. And that's because of interest rates, all right? So count spreading, moderate spread. But, hey, here it is. If you want to close deals like this, you need to get the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, Sub-2 wholesaling, lease options, and more. Pre-sale right now. There is a pre-sale rocking and rolling. I'll share it with you. You can go right here, and I will share this tab as well with you. It's the pre-sale, and this is for the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. You can go there. There's only 1 day and 5 hours left, maybe 6 hours. To jump on this before it goes back up to a regular price. And you're not going to want that to happen, okay? But this is, if you're just getting started, it's about 6 weeks. It's coaching. It's in the group coaching format and all that good stuff, right? You become a member. It's a lifetime member for the first 50 people. Once they're all gone, then that's like the charter. Or I shouldn't say the charter. It's more like the founders. And then the next is going to go to a couple $1,000, and that'll be the next batch, which is going to be the charter founders, I should say the charter group. And then after that, it goes up to regular price, and then obviously we got our one-on-one mentoring program, which is a bigger investment because it's more one-on-one and done with you and done for you. Okay. So take advantage of this. You can go here. It's very easy. You just click that button. Boom. It says right here, how do you get started? Purchase the program, get instant access via email. It's going to start. The full launch is actually April, so you'll get welcome email, onboarding, then April 30th, right? We'll get you going. You have a date, and we're actually going to start the whole program and get you access to everything that you're going to need. You also get access to the Vault, which is going to have the deal automators, is going to have for Sub-2, wholesaling, seller finance, as well as the LOI and offer writer. So there's going to be a process to you, so you can make things easier for you. No, you don't have to do about the paper and the spreadsheets and pulling off your shoes and counting your toes and trying to figure out the underwriting thing. Now, when you come aboard, yes, I'm going to have you take off your shoes and count your toes. Unless you're awesome at math and cool, then you're just going to go boom, boom, boom. You're going to get it very quickly. I mean, it took forever, right? Same thing with understanding the contracts and agreements and the clauses. We're going to share that stuff with you only in the private group and membership and all that good stuff, right? But if you can use whatever you like to, start rocking immediately, apply the superpowers in real time, and close your first, second, third, or fourth deal. Why this program works? Because it's not theory. It's battle tested, right? It's the AmpLive strategy. It's based on the American Mentee program that we've been utilizing for years and sharing with others across the United States of America. You're going to get real scripts used in live deals, proven systems from AmpLive, straightforward execution, no fluff, no bullshit, because I'm a big proponent on no fluff. That's why we haven't done this, right? Now it's here. It's committed. We're on the, so no fluff, no BS, and drama to a minimum, right? There's always going to be drama because there's people and human beings and emotions and all that good stuff. I get it, right? Even myself, right? Sometimes I get a little finicky. I get a little, because I'm really tenacious about what we're doing and want things done a certain way. But that's a good thing, right? It's good because that means I have your back. You got our back. We're rocking and rolling together. That's the most important thing. And that's until I decide I don't want to do that anymore or do this anymore, then hey, then that'll happen. But right now, let's get ready to start closing rock and roll deals, right? So this is your moment. Not someday, not when you're ready. Right now, lock in the lowest price before it's gone. Guaranteed it's going to be gone. Final word. The final word, I should say. The final word. Final word. Most people stay stuck learning. Winners take action. Which one are you? Let's go. Let's rock and roll. AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, is our original American Mentee Program. It's our one-on-one mentoring program, and it's powered by action and built for results. You're going to get a taste of it. It's going to help you get you rocking and rolling and shave off 1 to 2 years of spinning your wheels. I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to go right over here and see if it came up. It sure did. And we're going to move to next slide to see if there's any. Let's rock and roll here. Got that rolling there. Okay, cool. And pop that up right over here. And we're going to put this back up here because, let's see if we got it. Oh, it is. Okay. Where did it go? Where did the screen go? All right. Oh, I have to switch it back. Let me switch it back. All right. Bear with me. We'll go to, where did it go? Right there. Oh, nope. That's right there. There it is. Okay. So this page is on our website, right? So you can go to, I believe it's presale.amplivemedia. I'll put this right up in here for you. You can use this calculator absolutely for free. You want the full version that has everything that's going to be needed and will teach you on it. Then you can obviously jump on and get the full course while you can. Like I said, the 50 spots only. After that, then it's going to jump to a couple of thousand. After those 50 spots are gone, it's going to jump to the regular price, right? All right, so let's go ahead and I'll put that in the chat for you. While sharing the screen, I want to make sure I'm sharing the screen. Share this tab instead. Boom, there it is. I'm going to put this in the chat. Right there, you can grab it, and this will help you out. It's been, we use it, and then we just kind of put a nice skin on it because the one we use is, it's ugly and clunky. So we just always like to try to put out some sexy stuff if we possibly can, make it visually appealing, right? So it's not boring. So hopefully, Mr. Swede did a good job on putting that stuff together, and we put the stuff together. We're working hard, tediously, to get that program rocking and rolling for you. It's gonna be like 8 modules. There's 2 bonus modules. As well as the vault. So there's going to be the vault that goes with this. If you want to upgrade to the higher vault, which is basically going to have more contracts, it's going to have more. It's going to have more of the tools that you're going to need in the business. You can get by with a smaller stack, right? If you're ready for a bigger stack or a tech stack, which I'll share with you, then no problem. Get the just upgrade to the vault. All right, to the bigger vault. AMP Live Vault. And then there'll be a third one, which is for our one-on-one mentoring program. You get the whole enchilada, right? Done with you, done for you, sub-2 contracts, trust, all that good stuff, bunch of crazy cool stuff that we don't share with anybody unless you're in the one-on-one mentoring program. But you're not going to need all that right now, especially if you're just getting started. But if you're ready for that, then definitely reach out and we'll have a chit chat. I believe there's going to be a QR code let me put that up there. The QR code is going to be able to take advantage of that now. Let me see where it's at. And I'm going to share the tech stack with you, which is cool. Jump on that Facebook group right there. And then I believe this is to grab your spot ASAP. Okay. And I believe right here, it's a little bit about who I am, what I'm about, what we do. It's my little speaker sheet. And I will put another QR code there to book some time. Oh, it's way down here. Let me get to it. There she blows. Scan that QR code right there to book a 30-minute, 30-minute. I'm not sure what it is these days, but click that right there and get some book a live and a breakout call with myself and my team, and we'll answer any all questions for you. Okay. But you can catch us on all the social media platforms. AHA, AMP Live Media, VIP execs, and all that good stuff are all the resources we bring to the table. There's 2 different sides, right? We got the real estate traditional side, and then we have what's called the creative real estate investing side, which is the private sector, public sector. We have the best of both worlds, bringing that to you. So if you're a licensed agent, broker, or whatever it may be, or maybe you want us to share and teach your agents some rock and rollness and how to dominate your area, then definitely reach out. If you are licensed and having a hard time, definitely reach out. You're going to get some of that traditional real estate brokerage love on listing properties, buyers, agents stuff, all that good stuff. You can hang your license with VIP Executive Realty Lending and Investments. If it's a good fit, at the end of the day, it's a selection process for that as well. We believe in that. Want to offer it to everybody. Although this program for the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator is offered to everybody and anybody across the United States of America, even the world, if that's what you choose to do. Hey, no problem. It's open. And I've held that back for a long time, but here we are, made the commitment. Elon Musk, no noise, 1, 2, 3, focused on that, and that's it. So if I haven't, hard to get a hold of me or whatever, I'm just focused on that. That's what we're doing until April 30th. After that opens up a little bit, and then boom, we're back to rocking and rolling. Obviously we're still doing that now because there's stuff on the board, there's stuff we're working on. So business always keeps rolling. And thanks to people helping us out and the team and all that good stuff, as well as now AI, right? Not here to eliminate jobs or people, but AI is helping. And been one of those guys who says, I like to stay on top of technology. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to get there, right? Because I'm stubborn, but it's a tool. That's it. No different when text came down the wire. I don't want to do text right now. Heck, when I got my first phone, I was with my wife, Elizabeth, and she's always been ahead, believe it or not, right? With the text marketing, and not text marketing, but texting and the phones, and then email, and then, all this other stuff. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit there and do all that stuff. It takes too long. But eventually now I'm a text freak, right? Text monster. That's all I do, because you can talk to more people through text. But I will say, there's a pro tip, okay? Text can get lost in translation. It is a little impersonal as well. For lead generation, there's a high volume of bringing in people, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. As long as they raise their freaking hand, we're good to go. And it does, reach more people faster and quicker than email. But it's, I'm just saying, right? So technology comes, we jump on it, we adapt, we test. If it works for us, then we move forward. That's it. We do all that for you, so you don't have to at the end of the day, right? So that's a beautiful, lovely thing, because I always say someone has to pay for it. That's what we've done, right? And we eliminate that, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and testing out different platforms. We use what we want to use and what we think is going to work and what is working in the market. And then we share it with all our mentees and students, and then, agents and all that good stuff that work with us when it's easily possible. Okay. So let's keep on rolling here, and appreciate you watching AmpLive TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth, powered by AmpLive Media, a broadcasting, marketing, and media company. Definitely watch. That's on YouTube, Facebook, social media, as we continue to roll across the United States of America doing this. Now, right there's a QR code that you can scan. Okay, now that QR code, I believe, is just for the one-on-one mentoring program. I don't like mixing it up, but it's there if you decide that's what you want to do. We'll definitely chit chat and talk. But I want to share this with you. The real estate software tech stack, okay? Now, you can start off with a small tech stack or a big tech stack. Depends on where you're at in your business. But I will say you need to treat this like a business. Even though it's part-time, it's cool. You can do this part-time, right? You can make some good money working this business part-time. But we need a little bit of consistency, some discipline, and you need a game plan. That's where we come in, right, to help you with that. And even with this program, it's for pennies on the dollar for the AmpLive Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. That is our commitment, my commitment to do that. We're going to be spending more time than we probably should, right? That's because we want to make sure we're rocking and rolling, taking care of the 50 peeps that come aboard, and getting those testimonials, getting you some deals, and at the same token, understanding what you need to help you get there. And so think of it as like a real estate doctor, right? If you're sick, then we're going to evaluate you and say, hey, you know what? You don't need this, you don't need that, but you may need a couple of these things. This is what I suggest. Hey, if you want to do it, great. If you don't, totally up to you, right? Pick and choose. But we'll evaluate it and put it on the table and put together a game plan for you and a target based on what you want to achieve, and then go from there. It's not rocket science, right? It's common sense. All right, so let's get into it a little bit here. We're going to wrap this up. I got about 5 minutes. We'll make it 5 minutes, and we're going to wrap. We'll be back around probably 6:30, and I'll probably be in between. I'll be, going live on Instagram individually, the YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and all that good stuff, along with rocking the business, right? So you may see some stuff if we're either in a property, or maybe we're out in the field, or maybe it's going to be a call, or maybe it's going to be something that, hey, I want to share this with you because it's awesome and juicy. Check this out. Look what's going on over here in Texas. Look what's going on in Florida. Look what's going on in maybe Montana or even California. All right. Enough of that. All right. So it's a good day because you got me on a good day. It's Tuesday. So 7 tool stack power and AHA amp live deals in Southern California, Texas, and yes, even across the United States of America. Now, you don't need and I think I went through this. I'll probably go to maybe 15 and we'll go right here just so you understand that there's questions. Let's talk deals. Okay. If you want to talk deals, definitely there's information. Reach out, do a DM of some sort. Let me check the chat real quick. Make sure we got here. Okay. There's the pre-sales in there. Ask questions, Q&A. There's a link, like I mentioned, in the Facebook group. Join that Facebook group. I believe it's right here again. I'll bring it up. It's at the very top. You can join the group. It's at the top. Scan that QR code. It's absolutely free. And then we'll go here and put up this QR code for you. Where's it at? You can grab that right there. Boom. Lock your spot in. Once your spot's locked in, we'll chit chat. We'll see what you're all about because we're going to do it a little bit. Usually what happens on a program that's pennies on the dollar like that, right? You jump in, you watch the videos, and you don't talk to anybody except support or maybe someone who's from the Philippines, and that's the support, and that's it. Watch the videos, maybe some Zooms, and even on the Zooms, right? You're gonna be muted, and you can ask questions here and there, but that's it. For the first 50 only, first 50 when we get in this, no, we're gonna be part of the Founders Program, so therefore we're gonna work with you. You're gonna get the coaching calls in a group situation, but we're actually gonna work with you. We'll even maybe we'll even tap in if you got something that's viable, and we're going to spend more time with you than we probably should, or anybody else is going to. I guarantee it. Okay, because your success is very detrimental based on the program and what we're doing, and then obviously giving us feedback. Hey, do you want to add this? What do you think about this? So is this okay? Was the onboarding fine? What do you want to add to it? What are you thinking we should add? And we'll design the whole program based on that. Okay. And then continue to move forward because it's going to be a living organism, right? It's always going to change. It's always going to be modified simply because the market changes. Then we need to adjust and adapt and rock. Otherwise, you just get a stale old program with a bunch of videos that's 5, 10, 15 years old or 5 years old or 3 years old. We're always going to be updating it, okay? And we're always going to update the vault as well. That's my promise to you. Scan that QR code right there. Boom, boom, boom. Questions? Let's talk. Let's talk deals. All right. And this is what's cool too. All right, 2 more minutes, gonna wrap. PropStream Sub2 Deal Finder Playbook. Now you can do whatever you want. You can use PropStream, you can use Batch, you can use any of the platforms to get data, right? As long as it's decent data. For this, we're gonna there'll be probably in the vault. Yeah, there'll be affiliate links. We'll get paid if you join, all that good stuff. If you choose to, great. If you don't, hey, I say pay it forward. That's what I would do. That's just me, right? So there's some people, I'll go around, I'll just go direct because I don't want to have to pay them an extra or whatever because they're gonna make some money off me doing that, blah, 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 blah. No, of course, man. You wanna pay things forward. Shed, you got something, and you help me with something, I'm gonna go join your thing, I'm gonna go click your link, I'm gonna go share with others because I want you to be prosperous, right? That's what this is about, making it reciprocal. All right, PropStream Subject to Deal Finder. Let's go here. I'm gonna go to a 9 and see what we got on 9, right? But this is going to help you rock and roll, right? It's going to help you rock and roll and go find some deals, okay? First and foremost, I'm going to put this back up here right here so you can see that. Then I'm going to go put up the Facebook group so you can join that absolutely free, okay? So when you're doing this is obviously a way to get deals, okay? So the next steps are going to start with 3 to 5 zip codes, pull your first sub-2 list, skip trace in the top 50, as well as the rest of the list to get your data. And then you're going to make 10 calls before you rock and roll, right? Log it into your AmpLive CRM, your AmpLive smart software platform to be able to work these leads and deals, okay? Well, you can also scan that QR code right there to lock in your spot. And this is just some of the stuff that's going to be in the vault, okay? Let me go to, you're probably going, well, what is this? I skipped all the way to the end, so for a reason. But I'm going to go ahead and move to, I'll go back 1 slide here. And this is basically going to be some references, right? So these are the different stacks, right? And or I should say steps, right? And what we're looking for, because what this is going to do, wait 1 second, to help you. Let me get something where I can bite onto really quick. There we go. So, and this is where some money's at, is stacking that list, right? So you want mortgage, equity plus base. This is for your sub 2 on how to find those deals, right? What fields you're going to need, what are you going to put into prop stream to find these deals, spit them out, get that data, and then skip trace and start working the data. You either work it straight from the spreadsheet, or you're going to put it into a CRM and start working it and dialing it and blasting out a campaign to get people to raise their hand. That's where the automation comes in. And first and foremost, you're going to want the mortgage plus equity, right? Rate is 1 to 4% fixed, equity 20 to 60% off market, single family, or you can get into multifamily. You want to pull that stuff, but for the purpose of this live, this is what we're doing. Okay, save as a sub 2 base, a zip code, right? And then you want to add foreclosures, right? Same area, same equity, pre foreclosure filter, save as the sub 2. You always want to name it right, and the zip code. You can name it however you want. I got even here is one way of doing it, and then for me, I particularly do it a certain way. Well, I'll put I'll put the area, then I'll put the NODs, I'll put the amount of NODs, and I'll put the date from this date to this date. Boom, I got my list. At least I know. I'm finicky about that because I want to know where that list came from. I want to know the dates. I want to know how many are in there, and then boom, when it gets uploaded to the CRM, I can recognize and see what the heck's going on, and see what type of lists are working and which ones aren't, okay? So you can call it and name it whatever you want. This is just a way to make it easy for you. Build a list, absentee owners. Yes, same area, same equity, absentee owner. And identify, in other words, you're stacking the list, right? You're going to identify, hey, is this on a stack list? If it's on a stack list and you got multiple things happening or multiple situations, distress situations, then obviously that's a hotter lead, okay? So that's some. I'm going backwards here, kind of like Chinese, but motivated. But I don't want to get you too confused with this. The bottom line is this: when we get here, we got two things. This is the main of it. The main meat is prop stream subject to deal finder playbook. It's a playbook. I'm not going to go through it because it's going to take too darn long. Unless you get in here and you want some questions, we'll do a full training. We probably do that on Saturday. That's my training day where I'm willing to spend, hours and hours doing that along with rocking deals. Okay. But this is a deal finder playbook. It's going to show you what you need to do to pull that data. So specifically, and you're stacking it up. So it's not just sub 2 deals. It's not just pre-foreclosure stuff, right? You're going to find all kinds of stuff in there that comes down the wire, but you're niching it down. As they say, there's money in the niches, okay? Once you do that and you find those deals, then the mission is the submission, okay? The mission is the submission. Let's go back here and pull this all the way to the top so you can actually see it. Now, the mission is submission is what's going to make you money, because once you got that data, you're going to want a script. You're going to want to know what to say. You're going to want to know how to talk to the sellers. You're going to want to keep them on the line. Right? I was talking to a young man earlier who's going to be joining, coming aboard the program, but he's making some phone calls. I commend him, but he's only doing about 50 a day. He's working from 8 to 4 p.m. I say, oh, no. You got to be doing at least 250, minimum 300 calls. You can do 50. You can do 45 to 50 calls a day. Okay, an hour. If you're using a multi-line dialer, hey, whatever works for you, you can do that, and you can call up to 500 to 1,000 numbers. VAs, had another young man who's coming aboard. He's, I'm using the VA and I'm having a hard time. How's that going for you? Not very good. All right, because that person doesn't have the time to call. But they need to learn. You need to take the time to learn how to call, to learn this. The mission is submission, because this is the art of the deal stuff here. This is the AmpLIVE method. This is where the value lies. If you take anything from any of this today, the value lies in you. You are 80%. Tech is 20, because if tech takes a shit and AI takes a shit or anything goes away, you are still a powerful person who can do deals, who can negotiate. You're going to blow away all the people that rely on tech, who are babysitting tech, who are, just, AI. I'm not saying anything about it, anything bad about it, but you need to be badass in your skill set. You need to be a kick butt person as far as real estate or creative real estate investing, because once you learn this, nobody on the planet can take it away, okay? So that's why you need to, that's why we do it this way. It's based on muscle memory, right? It's based on, yes, tie downs and sales 101 and open-ended questions. There's a psychology behind it. We call it the AmpLIVE method through the AmpLIVE Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. All right. So definitely take I'm not sure what we got going on right there with the QR code, but this right here is a lead gen intake form. It's in 3 steps. We do some live role play, which we're going to be doing in the AmpLIVE Accelerator, in a group coaching call once a week. We got it lined out the way we're going to do it. The first week, we're going to get you fired up and motivated mindset. Second week, we're going to break down deals. Third week, we're going to get into actual role play. Fourth week, we're going to surf for deals and all that good stuff, but it's probably even going to go in a faster type of way. And then there's tech, and then there's stacking the tech and all kinds of other stuff, right? So there's a process to it. Based on, but it'll go at that pace. Okay. But since it's a group type situation, you have to help each other and things of that nature. If it's one-on-one, boom, we go as fast or as slow as you need to go. It's more catered towards you and your goal. And it's truly one-on-one. Heck, we do deals Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're available, great. If you want to do it on a Sunday, we're there. If not, that's okay. Saturday, whatever your schedule is, but we'll only move as fast or as slow as you want to go for the one-on-one mentoring program. Now for this, for the accelerator is different, okay? But this is the deal. This is super important, right? The mission is the submission. Once you get these submissions, and there's a breakdown of how many submissions you need, how many appointments, ratios to how many deals you actually get, and it's going to be based on, yes, what? Your closing ratios. But the beautiful thing about the accelerator program is that, hey, it's going to help you build your closing ratios and getting them higher and higher if you don't quit. It is what it is, right? But these are all the essential questions. You can actually book a call right there and with my team and all that good stuff to see what's going to be best for you. But I would definitely say take advantage of the program while you can. You can scan that QR code right there. It's a limited time bonus. Let's go check out the rest of it. So we're asking all the pertinent questions. We get down to the 3 magical questions, right? I like to call them magical. I hate saying that. But, it feels like magic because when you're doing it, boom, the reactions and what comes out at the end of the day, if you do it correctly and you do it verbatim, yes, some people go, oh, just spit it out, do your own style. No. Let me tell you why. When I got started, I was doing that, trying to wing it, do all kinds of stuff, put the contract table, no contract, no sign, no contract, no sign, no contract, no sign. I did some studying, and also with my mentee, when I got to go with him and listen to him and listen to how he spoke and the modulation in his voice and how he acted and all this good stuff. And just the things he did, which I studied like a freaking hawk. I just duplicated. And I go, I don't talk like that. This guy's soft spoken and he seems professional, older dude, and I said, that's not me. But, right, I took my ego, put it in my back pocket. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it like hell. Exactly. Along with a couple other lines that I learned from studying in this book, put them together because it sounded like, I was talking like, a guy from the UK or something like that is all proper and this and that and the enunciation of the words, blah, blah, blah. I go, man, it was just hard spitting it out. And then I just shut up, put the contract on the table, put the pen on the table, and shut the hell up. Total silence, total weird silence. Wait for someone to speak. Whoever speaks first loses, blah, blah, blah. Part of the sales 101. You may have seen it, whatever, but it's true. Weird silence works. Picked up the pen, signed the dotted line. The next phase is quiet. Pick it up, start moving. Hey, thank you very much. You move the hell on. Close it up, wrap it up. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. Don't talk about this and be their friend because then they could change their mind very quickly. You need to get up, move, and rock and roll, get out of there, and then lock up, do whatever you got to do, close the property up, or they're going to close it, and then, hey, be done with it. Say, I'll be back. There's a way to wrap it up, which we'll share with you on how to wrap it up and touch bases with them and all that good stuff. In that process, we like to walk the house as well. If it's on the phone, hey, you rock it on the phone, you get all the pertinent information and send out a contract and boom, get it signed. If there's usually there's a mentee that's going, so it doesn't matter if it's Florida or the Midwest. So there's several ways that this gets done. Even if we're going valley to valley at the end of the day, there's a way to wrap up the call and we move forward, right? We're also getting videos and pictures. I'm not going to get too much into that, but it's an awesome process. And then we wrap it up. Some comments, instant offer, then 24 to 72 hours, obviously, terms of service, and then we move forward, right? Those are the things you're going to need to do. They're probably going, well, shit. I'm going to need to figure out what to say, what to do. 13 questions that uncover motivation and qualify sub-2 deals. This is part of all we did is kind of put it together on the AMP Live method of the mission is a submission, and we put it into a guide to help you out. So you can utilize this stuff the same way our mentees and even we do it. You'll have this at your disposal to be able to utilize, and it'll be inside the AMP Live Accelerator, inside of the vault. Okay. So 13 questions. I won't get too deep into this. I'm just going to probably go to the last slide, number 5, so you can see what's going on here. Discover call rules, right? Pick 3 to 4 questions per call. Stop talking after every question and listen, right? Count to 5 in your head if you need to. You got to learn how to just listen and see what they need and then provide a solution based on what they need. If you can't do that, it's going to be hard to figure out how to provide solutions to the seller. Question 6 is the most important, right? What would happen for you to feel good about letting this property go, right? Write down their exact answer. The long answer, so I'm going to get into all that, but I'm going to go to maybe number 2 here to see you get a taste of what's going on here. And I am hopping around because we'll do a full training on this as well when this fully launches, as well as some little trainings. Like I'll take one and maybe tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday, right? I'll take one of these. Maybe it's the sub-2 structure guide. Maybe it's going to be this one, or maybe it's going to be finding the deals. We'll probably start from the top and then work our way down for the whole week. So this way you can get pieces, and it'll actually be on YouTube and other social media platforms, and you can go back and watch them, review them, do whatever you need to do. Okay. So property owners, are you still living there? Is this a rental right now? Why ask? Rental, right? Equals purely financial, equals more flexibility. Owner occupied equals what? Handle with more care, because they are what? If they have a rental, that means they're investors. They're savvy. If you're new, they're going to beat you up. If you're seasoned, they're going to respect you until you earn that respect. And then you'll be able to hopefully orchestrate a deal with them. And the only reason they're going to want to sell is if they're a tired landlord, or they pre-foreclosure, or did they inherit the property and they don't want all the issues and the pain and all that bull BS. I actually went past my 2 minutes. That was a long 2 minutes, right? I love this stuff, right? But anyways, how long have you owned the property? Is there still a mortgage on it? Is it free and clear? Do you know roughly what you still owe, right? There's a lot of stuff, and we'll throw some other things in there as we do the full live role play. I'll share my script with you, and so you can duplicate and do the same thing. Rock those deals. It's super important. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go all the way back to the top. I'm going to introduce you to myself and Elizabeth from VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. We'll wrap this up. I'll say thank you for watching the AMP Live Real Estate Show and AMP Live TV. My name's Eric from AMP Live and AMP Live Real Estate Show and AMP Live Media, powered by AMP Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company, sponsored by VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments and Luxury Properties and the team, right? So you can see Miss Elizabeth there. You can scan that QR code right there. Need access to some Southern California, right there, boom, Southern California deals. Yes, on market. Become a VIP buyer if you want to get some of that off-market stuff, or you can scan that and you'll get access to, like I said, properties that are on market, fix, flip, buy, hold, beautiful homes online. Your forever home. Maybe you're looking for a vacation home, or you got luxury property you're looking to buy or wanting to sell. Then you need to reach out to VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. You can scan that QR code, and that'll lock you into the little ecosystem. You can opt out anytime. You can communicate and talk anytime, and go from there. But that's just something free for you for watching, and we appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and roll up to the top here and put this back up here. So you were invited for a live hot seat. Definitely, we're going to do more of these live hot seat, bring a deal, leave with capital, structure, clarity, the same day. Okay. But don't be afraid. It's okay. If you want to jump on here and not use your video, you could just throw your audio on. No problem. If you're shy. If you're not shy, then definitely get some of that content love, because it's only going to help you, because social media and all that good stuff is the currency of today. Not to mention, it's so super cost effective, right? So definitely you got to adjust, adapt, or you perish. I say rock and roll. All right, so let me go ahead and make sure I wrap this up. I appreciate you watching AMP Live TV. Always real, raw, and standing for truth. Definitely, I believe it's right up here. Where'd it go? AMP Live Real Estate Show. Oh, there it is. Okay, Put that right up there. I'll put that right there for the AMP Live Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Scan the QR code, boink, take advantage of it while you can, because once it's gone, it's gone. I'd love to have you on as a either a founder or charter member. What do we got there? What's coming up? Okay, little crybaby. There's always somebody, right? Oh, stop, text, email. It's like, man, shut up. Stop crying. Lots of whiners in this world. Nothing personal, right? Hey, I whine too. If I get something I don't want and I want what I want, I'm going to whine. I'm going to bitch about it. Yeah. Because customer service should be number one. Take care of your clients. Take care of your customers. I get it. Things are going to happen, right? People get busy. People get doing stuff. People are rocking and rolling, right? But at the end of the day, just do what you got to do. Keep on rocking and rolling. Rock and rolling all what you do. Keep on dreaming as well. Scan that QR code to lock in the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. That is our six week coaching program that's rolling out pre-launch right now. It'll be fully launched, I believe, on Thursday, which is April 30th. So take advantage of that. Lock in your spot while you can before it goes up, and then it's going to go up again. Yes, that's what we talked about and said, hey, maybe it's not the best way. Maybe it's not the best internet marketing quotation mark thing to do, but that's what we're always used to doing, things that are unorthodox, right? We don't like to follow on that path, but sometimes you have to. I get it. But at the same token, we know what we're delivering. This is awesome, and it's going to be awesome for you to take advantage of that. I'm going to wrap this up with my mug right here. Okay, cool. Appreciate you very much. Thanks for watching for today. I probably will be back tomorrow because I'll be out in the field for watching the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Your host, Eric of the AMP Live Real Estate Show, brought to you by AMP Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company. And our sponsor, VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. Step into excellence and luxury properties. Scan that QR code to lock in your AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. If you're interested in the one-on-one mentoring program, then definitely reach out. Book a call. That is a selection process. But right now, if you're stuck, let's rock. If you're looking to expand and grow, let's rock. Okay. There's things here that this is going to be the thing that's going to help you move and move forward and get and answer a lot of questions if you're still spinning those wheels and things of that nature, right? But at the same token, we're here to do our part, right? To help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, one America at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others. And we love you to be part of that cause and to share this with others. Like, love, and share. We definitely appreciate that. Thank you and welcome, for watching Tuesday Deal Day. Tomorrow I'll be back for Wellness Wednesday. Talk a little bit about, health and rocking and rolling, supplements, dry scooping it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know where I think I heard that from my daughter's boyfriend, right? He goes, yeah, this guy was all, doing this, working out and stuff. Nothing to say anything, derogatory. It's just funny, right? It's like being a comedian, but I'm not a comedian, right? So the joke is the joke, right? There's these guys and gals, fucking dry scooping stuff. And man, that's some crazy shit. Dry scoop your supplements, right? But I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. So every time I say, hey, what's going on, Paige? What you doing, man? What are you doing, Dad? I'm dry scooping it, right? Even my son, right? So you ready to dry scoop some supplements, man? Let's rock. Anyways, that's that. But I'll be back for Wellness Wednesday, talking about health, talking about creative real estate investing, health, what's good, what's bad, what's ugly, what's all that good stuff, some PSA announcements. And then first Thursday Deals Day. Fired up on that day for sure. Definitely be part of it. Get some knowledge, get some action, get some rock and rolliness out of that. And that's going to be the final day for the the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Once it's gone at that particular price. I don't think I even have a graphic for that. That'll probably be later on, most likely. But it's going to be in the feed. Check it out, social media. And then Friday highlights, the pulse of real estate. We're going to talk about real estate, what's going on, the good, the bad, and ugly, and all that good stuff. Maybe we'll have a guest or not. I'm not sure. This depends. I like to always go off the cuff. I like to make this real and raw instead of, yes, there's a structure of some sort, right? But we like to just get in and make things happen, okay? On Saturday, there'll be some Saturday training and field training in the field as well. And then back for Sunday, the Sunday sermon, Rants and Raves, one of my favorites. And sometimes it's live and sometimes it's pre-recorded. Just depends on the situation, what's going on with life, right? And family and business at the same token. And then back to Mindset Monday or Mindset Money Monday. And then here we go. Boom, back to Tuesday. Okay. So it's a full schedule. It's what we do. It's what I do until I decide not to do it or change up the schedule or whatever needs to happen. But keep on rocking and rolling. Have an awesome day. Go out and hunt those deals, rock those deals, jump into the Facebook group, DM, reach out to us. If you got deals, send them down the wire. We'd love to underwrite them, take a look at them, see if we can get you an offer or work something in some particular way. Or you're just like, man, I'm fired up. I want to talk to this guy. I want to talk to this team. I want to talk to Eric and AHA Amp Live, or maybe you want to drop your license with VIP Execs Realty Lending and Investments. Whatever it may be, we'd love to chit chat with you. It's open door policy. Once again, rock and roll in all that you do. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.